Hello and welcome to another video of me karting. This time in Põltsamaa. I have joined the legendary 12 hours of Kuningamäe, happening for the 5th time, probably the biggest and best endurance karting event in Estonia. And yeah, I have joined a quite cool team of 10 drivers named Kiired and vigased. This is how happy we were before everything kicked off. So Kiired and vigased, like fast and not furious but disabled after Kristjan Salvet, our fastest driver, who almost broke his leg, but he was still fast. So yeah, 12 hours, you can see on the screen there, it's only 2 hours and 47 minutes remaining, so it's been a long race before I got on the kart. All of us got one stint, and yeah, we were doing really well, we were really fast. Kristjan was leading in the wet, but our fuel hose disconnected, so we lost like 4 or 5 laps, and then other drivers had very bad karts. In the pit stop phase, which is mandatory 5 minutes, which you can see also counting down, you had to switch karts, so you could, if you have a bad kart, you would still get a good one, which I did for this stint. So yeah, it was a quite interesting format, but very well organized. So the 5 minutes counted down and off I go. And yeah, last time I drove on this track was over a year ago, the last time I made a video from here. So the first objective here is to, as you can see, learn the drive. So these are my first 10 laps of the stint, and yeah, there's over half a second which I gained. It was very important not to lose any seconds immediately, as I didn't have any warm-up or practice. And yeah, this track had quite high grip actually, and these CRG karts have quite heavy steering and very big steering wheel, so it took some time getting used to, but it ended up going nicely. And yeah, you can see we have something new on the dash thanks to Jürgensen. We tested out, or he has been testing out in his karting school, some data logging from live GPS. And yeah, I have a GPS box on my belly and this phone screen on my steering wheel, which will give me the lap times and the time delta, which is really cool, something I'm used to using from sim racing and which might have helped me in getting up to speed faster. Of course, the very first laps I wasn't looking at it at all, I was just focusing on the driving, but it turned out to be at least interesting, the solution we had. Yeah, this will be a very long video. I let it record and upload it without cutting as much as my GoPro allowed. And yeah, I split it into 5 parts. I will note it in the YouTube timeline, and I will speak a bit to the beginning of each part. And here I actually joined just in front, I think, the eventual winners, Ekosh, a team who has been there every year. And yeah, I could tell that he was warmed up, closing up on me. I wasn't hooking up the corners yet. I did my homework looking at my onboards and everything, but still it would take some time getting used to. So in this stint he would pass me soon, which actually turned out to be nice because I could chase him down, get dialed into the trajectories faster, and then be on my way. So until then, enjoy the view. Okay, so up to part 2, bringing it down. Here you can see take from the live timing of the laps to follow in this next segment, which I think I did a good job. I really felt in one with the kart. I could nail the times and really chase the thousandths of a second as I really fine-tuned the driving on this track. So the previous few stints, our drivers, also good drivers, didn't really get into 48s, maybe 48.9, so the fact that I was already 48.6 was encouraging. At least it meant that the kart was good. And the promised fuel tank capacity was about hour and 40 minutes, so we wouldn't exceed that ever, but we would see on the go how far I would have to go in the stint. It would depend on a lot of things. Many strategic elements in this, which I probably won't even disclose just in case. But I was just not even looking at the other karts. There are a few other guys on track who were also fast, but we didn't end up together. I was only focusing on feeling the kart and looking at the delta. So yeah, Põltsamaa is a really interesting track. It is a racing kart track, but it has many elements that are interesting for a hobikart as well. And yeah, although I said before that the track had very high grip, still the tires are very endurance, very hard. So they would not wear much. Only thing that as we are going into the evening, the track is cooling down quite a bit, so it should get faster. I was told the tires can overheat a bit, so it should get faster. The big fuel tank should be getting lighter, so I should be getting faster, not just through my driving, but the kart itself a bit as well. But yeah, so about the key places on this track, besides the hairpin we were through, this next section here I felt was the most interesting. So you had to line up your kart, make a very clean entry to this exit. So my kart, I don't know if it was same for everybody, but the clutch was slipping a bit in the exit of the bottom of that corner. So it was really important to really feel the RPMs you had to hold, the speed, the average speed you had to hold, because the fastest line was really tight to make the shortest distance. But if you made it very short, then the kart would bog down, the clutch would disengage, engage, and you would lose time. So that was the main thing I was checking there, and which I was using the time delta for. And then it's also this hairpin. Of course, you could gain time by braking really, really late, but also again going on the throttle very early. Didn't even have to use the gas. There is banking on almost every corner here, so you had to make use of the banking, plus the grippy line, to not go outside of the grippy line. So these are all the factors I was juggling en route to making good lap times. And I mean, I was still experimenting a bit. It wasn't like I had found the ideal way and just nailing that. So although I didn't want to lose any time making big attempts of different trajectories, but still within these few tenths I was trying things, different turning points in this first flat out corner, which can still give half a tenth, and then braking really late for this one, not turning in too late, going on the gas early. I had to go on the gas quite a bit earlier than I thought, because there was some again delay in the clutch engaging, which was interesting. And also here trying to abide the wise coaching words of Christian Salvet before, to be really smooth. He was the fastest driver of our kart until then. He had a 48.2 on the board. That was just after the rain, where supposedly okay, he had a very good kart, but also the track was not too hot. So yeah, I was aiming at that and getting these 48.4s on board, really nice. And yeah, also this timing program we have, it's amazingly accurate. I will put the details in the video description, but I mean the time delta was working better than on some of the simulations in sim racing. It was really updating very accurately and yeah, very fast, very detailed. You can see every thousandths, plus the lap time presented is again down to the thousandths of a second, almost the same as the official timing. So it was really cool. Yeah, maybe the screen was mounted a bit too high, but that's the best we could do, because yeah, we had to switch karts, so the attachment mechanism had to be flexible and quite simple as well, which it was. yeah, so I would be doing this long stint in the sunset. Beautiful view, beautiful track. I wasn't dressed too warmly, but at this point I was feeling good. The physical aspect of the driving would end up being quite important as well. Feeling quite good in my body this year, but yeah, not driving too much. I haven't driven on this track a lot. And yeah, as I said, the steering wheel was very hard, so it was important to keep my wrists in shape, to relax them at any opportunity. Also the same for the shoulders, to make sure I don't fall off in the end. But yeah, this is part 2 of bringing it down, and enjoy the view as I perfect the laps around Põltsamaa in the sunset. Here I am minding my own business, picking my way through drivers, when we enter part 3, drama. So what you just saw there was black and orange flag with cart number 4 on the board, which is me. Black and orange flag means you have a technical problem or a technical infringement. And yeah, I guessed quite quickly what it might be. It ended up being this data screen we are using. Nobody else had anything like that. And yeah, it turned out that other competitors started whining about potential advantage or whatever. In this race, the radio communication was not allowed, but they then added a rule that this wasn't either. So without messing around to find out, I pitted immediately to see what's going on. Going fast in the pit lane wasn't allowed, so I had to take it easy and go find out what's going on.
Tahad ära võtta või?
See tuleb ära võtta.
Ma ei tea. See käib niimoodi ka ära, ma kohe näitan. Kas nii on okei või?
Mine!
Yeah, and so it turned out it was this screen, so they wanted to take it off. Luckily it had a quick release, so I could take it off, but yeah, unfortunate. As you can see, we lost over a minute to this, which is unfortunate. It didn't make a difference to our result and didn't make a difference to my approach and driving, but still a weird situation. We had confirmed before with the organizer and track owner that it was fine, but somehow the pressure from the other competitors made them add a rule in the middle of the race. So I had to take it off, but as I said, it made no difference to me. I would go on and nail it anyway. I would, as you can see, bring the fastest lap time down a bit further into the 0.2s, and the consistency would remain, I'd say largely. There are some off laps, but these are just passing the slower karts or faster karts or guys in front of us, since we were laps down and people had penalties all over the place, so we couldn't tell where we were. We would just keep on pushing. Alright, and welcome back to the night into part 5 called A Worthy Opponent. So what's happening here in front, you can see a guy joining the track. That's kart number 9 from the corner 1 team, and he's called Romi Tamman, the fastest guy of this event. He had the fastest lap in the first stint and would end up in this stint doing the fastest lap of the race. I will spoil you. So finally somebody who is very fast. I am also battling him a lot in the corner 1 championship, and I would battle him here. Now I could see immediately that I thought so far that I have the best kart or something, but I found a worthy opponent in his kart as well. He changed helmets for the night, so here I'm actually checking who is it. Yep, it's Romi. But yeah, he's just getting used to the kart now, and my kart's top end is good, so I would take his position. But his kart would have superior low end, especially out of these slow corners. In these next few laps he would end up already pushing me, and for the next like 15 to 30 minutes we would have an epic race. They would end up on the podium. We were not racing for position directly, but still it was on. It was exciting. And yeah, I will spoil you actually my main worthy opponent, which is the GoPro battery life. Our battle would remain for like a half an hour, but as you can see on the video length, the video will not, because my battery will die the next lap, which is most unfortunate. It didn't record our epic fight. Yeah, we would be scrapping positions back to back several times. Then I would be chasing him down a bit as he does his fastest laps, his team cheering him on. But this will remain into the night unseen for only those who were there. But yeah, he did a great stint. Here you could see a bump from him behind, just pushing me along because his kart was superior out of that slow corner. But yeah, it was a great race, and my body was already aching at this point, so I would tense up even more and was really on the physical limit of this race, but it was super exciting. And yeah, in the end I am very happy about how this race went. Here this video will cut off. I will turn the camera back on for a few moments here, because I saw it was not recording, but the battery was empty, so it couldn't go much longer. But yeah, it was an epic race. I could get some very important experience ahead of the upcoming corner 1 event. We ended up finishing P4, which is fine as well. And yeah, I really thank Illar Jürgensen for inviting me to this team. You can also see the rest of the laps I did. Got down to a 0.1 in the night, which was cool. And yeah, epic event. Still sore the next day, but hope you enjoyed this journey. Maybe a good reference as you learn to drive this track in the future as well, and see you in the future.